Film as local Muslims issue a warning to the embassy here in Port of Spain. Laventille residents tell the National Security Minister Jack Warner the violence is over. Local farmers call for restrictions on imported produce. They say they can no longer survive. And leading the sports news tonight, West Indies off-spinner named an ICC Emerging Cricketer of the Year. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the weekend news here at CNC3 with me, Francesca Hawkins. In the top story, the U.S. ambassador here in Port of Spain has condemned the anti-Islam film that ridicules the Prophet Muhammad and has sparked violent uprisings against U.S. embassies all around the world, saying the United States does not support this film. And her statements come even as local Muslim groups warn of a possible threat against the local embassy in Port of Spain if the embassy fails to condemn the film. Kamal Georges explains.
The global unrest sparked by an American-based anti-Islam film has spread to this country. The U.S. film, The Innocence of Muslims, has caused violent clashes and protests by the Muslim world in Libya, and the violence is now spreading to other countries, with U.S. fast food chains being set ablaze. Wajihatul Islamiyah, the Islamic front in this country, is now calling on the United States Embassy in Port of Spain to issue a statement condemning in the strongest possible manner the film in order to quell anger by local Muslims. Head of the group, Umar Abdullah, told CNC3 News that the American Embassy in Port of Spain is under threat. He says his membership has approached him and communicated that they are prepared to take action against the embassy. Some have threatened protests, but others, he says, seem much more serious. The Muslim organization is demanding that the People's Partnership government call on the American ambassador, Her Excellency Beatrice Welters, to apologize to the Muslims of this country and the rest of the world. The body says it condemns with scorn the release and promotion of the film as it seeks to demoralize the Prophet Muhammad. But in a statement issued on Friday evening, Ambassador Welters joined in condemning the attacks on U.S. embassies in Libya, Yemen and Egypt, and the killing of U.S. Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 other American diplomats. She agreed that the film is a hateful attack on a great religion and was created specifically to cause strife. She does not believe it reflects the beliefs or culture of the United States, but she also says there is no justification for violence. She says hateful messages are best combated through peaceful protest, education and tolerance. I am Kamal Georges reporting for CNC3 News.
A promise from the Laventille community that the killing spree experienced last weekend has now come to an end. Residents have agreed in principle to put down their guns to bring an end to the violent uprising that saw army being deployed in the area to keep the peace last weekend. This came at a meeting in the Laventille area last night at which the National Security Minister Jack Warner and the Police Commissioner Stephen Williams took part. But residents also called on those in authority to treat Laventille equally and to provide more for the community. Again, Kamal Georges has the report.
Voices and other voices, when words of wisdom come to point the way forward and to raise us out.
Laventille has not united like this in a long time. A recent upsurge in what police say is gang warfare that claimed the lives of 5 of their own has brought this community together, united now in their call for the massacring to end.
We want peace. We don't want no war, and we don't want no fighting and no animosity amongst one another.
When we leave here tonight, I don't know what watching we, but we bad God, we come over here and no, we come for peace.
Residents from across Laventille and East Port of Spain, young and old, gathered at the John basketball court on Friday night to have a conversation with National Security Minister Jack Warner and Commissioner of Police Stephen Williams. Residents say they are fed up of looking over their shoulders at every turn or fearing their sons and daughters may never return home. The war, they say, is pointless and needs to end.
My children know your children, my gal know your gal, your mother know my mother, my father know your father. Right? And I want it to be real. Don't let we come out here tonight with the mothers and the children and after we making a fool of ourselves. You understand? I want to be real. The police can't make this happen. We, as the people who are the same community, have to make this happen.
But some residents say achieving peace in Laventille is not as easy as it sounds.
If we say in peace, it's because we have to be comfortable, not only. Or we can say peace only to be comfortable. And then I study, boy, next time I go down, so they kill me and stab up the war.
We have to come together as a society to help each other. We understand, yes, there is a war going on. A war between who? Family and friends.
Residents complain that their address on a resume automatically denies them a job despite of their qualifications. They accuse society, the business community and successive governments of forcing some elements to a life of crime. They asked for improved infrastructure, jobs for the young men and women in the area and sporting facilities to occupy the minds of the youth.
If you could make the place a little safe for we to go down by the Tambron Street to play a little football, a little basketball, love up yourself. It would be nice.
They also pointed fingers at the police for treating everyone in Laventille like criminals. But despite their anger and frustration, they've agreed to put an end to the violence. I am Kamal Georges reporting for CNC3 News.
And immediately following that meeting, the Police Commissioner Stephen Williams assured residents that the police service is looking at ways of improving their interaction with the community. He gave his commitment that the police service will not abandon Laventille and seek better ways of building relationships with them.
We will be taking all your suggestions and recommendations, making representation to the various governmental bodies and non-governmental agencies to see what can be done to assist the community, and I use the word community, of Laventille.
A Trinidad and Tobago national has been extradited to the United Kingdom today for his involvement in a conspiracy to traffic cocaine into London. The orders were signed on the 14th of August by the Attorney General Anand Ramlogan. Members of the Organised Crime, Narcotics and Firearms Bureau handed over Andy Nelson to British police officers at the Piarco International Airport yesterday. He had appeared before Port of Spain magistrate Marcia Ayres Caesar in the Fourth Court. During his first appearance in court 23 days ago, Nelson contested his extradition, but yesterday he consented to the request. Nelson was arrested on a provisional warrant by members of the OCNFB in March of this year. Sources say he boarded a British Airways flight 2158 at 5:30 p.m. A 24-year-old man is dead after a hit-and-run along the Priority bus route last evening. According to reports, Marie and her husband Gary Bedo and their friend Elton Joel Gibbs, all from Aruca, were standing on the northern side of the bus route near to Railway Road shortly before 8 o'clock when a white Lancer motor car heading east broke the traffic light and slammed into 37-year-old Marie and Gibbs. The driver did not stop, and Gibbs, whose left leg was severed, died on the spot. It is believed that Marie suffered injuries to the lower part of her body while her 39-year-old husband escaped unhurt. She was rushed to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex where she underwent an emergency surgery and remains warded. Police were able to get the registration of the car and they are continuing further investigations. And traffic on the Lady Young Road in Morvant came to a standstill this morning after an early morning landslide blocked the roadway. Officials of the Ministry of Works confirmed to CNC3 News that they did receive a distress call at around 8:15 a.m. and said they removed over 30 truckloads of rubble before the road was reopened just after 11 o'clock this morning. Concerns are now being expressed that in light of this, limestone rocks along the northern range continue to be a problem and a challenge. The Ministry of Works says minor maintenance work such as cleaning up and wetting the road to keep the dust down will also continue. Let's take a short break. Do stay with us and rejoin me for the news in just a second as the program continues.
Drink it up now, drink it up now. Enjoy the new look and same great taste today. Ginseng up, the root of all power.
He's agile. He's fast. He's strong. He protects. He is your special companion. And your dog deserves special treatment. That's why you should give your dog Command Performance. A premium brand of great tasting dog food packed with high protein and nutrients to help build your dog's muscle and strength. Show your dog you care. Give them the proper nutrition to perform at their best. Command Performance. Powerful nutrition for active dogs.
Big or small retailers, do you want to empower your business, boost your company's profits, run a more efficient business? Then invest in your company's technological systems. At Legend Design Solutions, we supply touchscreen systems, cash registers, printers, barcode scanners. We even offer installation. For more information, call 383-6295 or 389-7829. Legend Design Solutions, using technology to our advantage.
CNC3 offers you a new service, mobile text alerts. Stay in the know with the latest headlines. Text the word START to the number 42623 for mobile news alerts. And you can also get the latest sports scores and headlines with your mobile scorecard. Text START Sport to the number 42623 and start receiving these services from CNC3.
Farmers are calling on government to set market restrictions on imported produce, as they claim this is driving them out of business. The president of the Agricultural Society of Trinidad and Tobago, Danu Suku, believes that such a move will encourage local production as prices plummet because of the influx of foreign goods. More from Samuel McKnight.
With food prices soaring and concerns about world food security, the farmers of Maloney are today calling on the government to protect their interests and their markets.
Facing losses of over $50,000 because of a lack of sales for his hot and sweet peppers, this Maloney farmer, Sukde Madu, is accusing government and big business of crippling the agricultural industry.
The farmers want marketing opportunities to sell their produce. Why is it we cannot revise our trade protocol with Barbados, reopen our negotiations with St. Lucia? I have been talking to the former minister for 2 years now on these issues. Why is NAMDEFCO sitting down in David and doing nothing?
What it is killing the farmers in the country, there's a lot of imported vegetables coming into the market, you understand? Because last week cabbage was selling almost $5 per pound wholesale, you understand? And as the price will increase, right, they just had a glut into the market and the price just fluctuate again, you know. The same thing with sweet pepper, the same thing with tomatoes.
He produces up to 5,000 pounds of sweet peppers weekly, but Madhu has only been able to sell about 40 pounds a week, forcing him to throw much of his hard work away. He says not only does the government need to bring down the cost of producing, but they need to look at marketing.
The marketing is the most horrible thing that farmers have to face, because you can go to the Makoya market there, right? And you go there every day, you go there from about 1, 2 o'clock. You'll see how farmers have to suffer in the hot sun, you understand, just to sell the produce. So I don't know why it is the government to put something in place where they can purchase, NAMDECO can purchase the farmers' produce, and farmers will save more time and they can spend more time in the fields. You know?
This, he says, will result in a further reduction of the costs, which will redound to the benefit of everyone. President of the Agricultural Society of Trinidad and Tobago, Danu Suku, told CNC3 News the industry is in urgent need of proper marketing and the reduction of foreign competition.
Even if you build 40,000 ponds in the next year and you fix every access road in this country and the farmers have no way to sell their produce, everything will just be done of no use to the taxpayers of this country. We are calling on the Honorable Minister Devant Maraj this morning to sit with his stakeholders, the serious-minded, real stakeholders in this country, and come up with a comprehensive plan to put this agriculture sector on its footing.
Confirming that farmers have started abandoning their fields, like a pepper farmer who has lost over $500,000 because of foreign competition, Suku suggests that all agricultural-based businesses should be mandated to use at least 55% of local produce.
I am Samuel McKnight, reporting for CNC3.